then of course they'll grow up knowing that fathers do not provide.
He used to cook for us some very nice meals. So I learned a lot from him. I try to emulate that and teach my children the same.
As a father, you must have a checklist, as I'll call it a checklist and a reflection moment.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Mamatoto Lounge. We are at Premier's Hotel. Thank you, Premier's, for hosting us. In this parenting journey, the birth, pregnancy, and beyond, all unfiltered, have you paused to wonder if fathers, or rather men, are part and parcel of the parenting journey? Oh, this is just a reminder that yes, they are. And today, I am so honored to present two fathers in the Daddy's Corner. Let us listen, let us learn, and let us enjoy their parenting journey as they present it to us unfiltered. Hi guys.
Hi.
You are most welcome, and we'll start from my immediate left. Kindly let us know you, introduce yourself to us.
So this is Sungu Alan Ongadi. I'm a father of 6, that is 3 girls and 3 boys. I'm a teacher by profession, of course, practicing education from Viga County. Happy to be here.
Glad to be here with you as well.
Thank you. My name is Zoboge Joseph Usoro, a father of 2, a boy and a girl. I work here in Kisumu. I'm married to one lady.
Oh,
Thank you.
karibuni sana. I'm so glad to host you. And we'll just dive in and want to know how has been your parenting journey. And I'll start with Alan. That one day that you woke up and, oh, we are pregnant.
Yeah, I think to me it has been quite exciting, and I would say that I didn't plan, as people always say that they want to have a child, and of course having all the logistics and everything. It was just a wow moment. You see, things have happened this way, and so from the time I heard that okay, very soon you're becoming a father, is now when I began planning and putting things into shape. And actually, it has been quite a very exciting journey. You can imagine having people who look upon you, being called father, daddy, and waking up in the morning and providing and giving direction. It has not been quite easy at the same time, given the fact that there was no one to look up to as a role model, because actually my father had passed on. So I was the man, the husband, the man,
Yes.
the father,
Yes.
the man, the homemaker and everything.
Yes.
So it was quite a challenging, but I thank God that we've been able to manage. And you called 6 is not a small number.
Yes, sorry, it's not.
It's a huge number that we are managing. Yeah.
Beautiful. You tell us how you manage this number in a few. Let's go to Joseph. Joseph, how has it been for you in a nutshell?
I think for myself, I think it's always a process. When you're married and then you have kids. It hasn't been a good journey, but because there's always ups and downs. But I'm happy that so far everything is running up very well. I'm happy with the kids. Being a parent has its own challenges. When because you have somebody, your people who are looking onto you. You have to provide for them at the end of the day. You have to give them guidance. You have to discipline them. But all in all, it's good, and it's a process that you really enjoy, or I enjoy so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. And on the same breath to you, Joseph, do you think you're that father that you ever wanted to be?
Mhm.
Or you are still rehearsing to get another chance to be that father that you always wanted to be?
Good question. So, I am the father that I wanted to be, and actually, for myself, um, I was lucky that while growing up, I spent a lot of time with my father. Um, I'm the last born in a family of five, and most of the time, I'm the one who was with my parents while growing up, because the rest of the other my siblings had already, they were in college. Some of them were in high school, university. Some of them were already even started working. So, being that I was the last one, I got a chance to spend a lot of time with my dad, and we used to, go to town together when the school was closed, or over the weekends, go to the village together. So him being there while I was growing up, I got to learn so much from him, and I try to emulate even now on how he used to treat us, or to treat me. Right now there's an age difference, because by the time we were growing up, and comparing to now, it's a very huge difference. But there's some lessons
Yes.
which I picked, and I'm able to implement them.
Yeah, the values.
Yes.
Beautiful. And Alan, being that you are an educationist, but we want to forget that today we want to look at you as a father. If your eldest son was to describe you in only 3 words, what do you think the words will be like?
I think what one of the biggest words they will say is loving, responsible, caring father.
Wow.
Because I think I've been there for the family in terms of providing the love right away, from conception. By the way, I've been able to work with them, with the mother during the pregnant period. I've also been able to work with them as they were born, ensuring that they get the best values. Other than that, I've been there to provide and give them the best. Actually, I've always dreamed to be the better father than the father that was there for me.
Beautiful.
And ensuring that other than providing, that they have got the best care in terms of, care doesn't just mean babysitting or providing. It goes all beyond the physical aspect. We are going beyond, are they getting the best education? Are they getting the best medication? Are you being there? Are you working with them? Are you guiding them? Are you providing the right path that they can be able to walk? Are they getting the right spiritual aspect in terms of growing? Are they interacting with the best content in terms of, the word has changed?
Yes.
What are they interacting with in terms of online, in terms of reading materials, so that at least they become a better person than I am.
Wow.
Yes.
I honestly do love that so much. And probably some of the things that the community forgets is that anytime you see a pregnant woman, just because the woman is evidently carrying a child, I think we forget that the man is also equally expectant, with a lot of fears and anxiety as well. And that one takes me to the next question to you, Alan. Do you have any fears? And if you do, as a father, how are you able to conquer that fear?
Yeah, the fears that I have as a father and also as a husband is not being sure about tomorrow. And you can imagine being there to provide the love, the care. The way I care for my children, it is not something that I can be able to delegate.
Absolutely.
So the fear is that what happens if I'm not there?
Absolutely.
Because it's something that we cannot run away from. So what preparations are in place? And actually, it's so hard sometimes. You sit down and you are in deep thoughts that if something happens to me, so what next? Are my children safe? Are they secure? Will they still be able to get the best education that I'm providing? Will they be able to get, just being called daddy? It's not just a matter of anyone that you just wake up and be called daddy.
I know, yes.
Is there someone that they can be able to trust and walk to and talk to, and someone that they can be able to confide in, someone that they can be able to cry their tears, and someone will be able to wipe. So that is the biggest fear that I always have, that what is there when I'm not there? So what does the future hold for them? So when I'm there, I'm trying my level best as a father to secure, because I know I'll be there, and I don't want someone to point a finger at me. I don't want Natalie to come and say, "Daddy, you didn't do this."
Yes.
But I'm trying my level best to ensure that I secure their future by all means.
Beautiful. I love that very much, and it shows how much even attached you are to your children. And I think I'd also want to get to ask Joseph the same, and how, as men or as fathers, how are you able to deal with some of these fears when you say that you want to secure? At least they know, and I see a lot of online nowadays when people are coming out to say that I'm dealing with childhood traumas. I'm dealing with this. I'm not able to do this because so and so was not there for me, or I never had a father to learn from, So how are you doing it to bring up and maintain a legacy that somebody will be somewhere said, even if I turned out like this, but my dad taught me this?
Yeah. So I think the first thing is on a day-to-day basis, we try so much, or I try so much to, when talking to my kids, you tell them about tomorrow. There's today, there's tomorrow, and there's the future. So always make them understand that, that is life. Today we are here, tomorrow we are not there. And if you are not there, how are they going to live in the society? Are they going to coexist in the society with good morals? And so apart from the financial aspect of just trying to make sure that if I'm not there, at least my family will be a little bit financially stable. Taking care of their future in education and all that. Apart from that, I think it's also important for them to grow up knowing that things might change. And I think this is something that I always share with my son. Sometimes when we're having a meal, that you when probably you become choosy in certain types of foods. Think about tomorrow. What if I'm not there tomorrow to provide for you this food, and probably you've gone to the village? You've gone to the village. How are you going to be able to, to survive? In the village, you eat. We have foods there, but traditional foods they are there.
Yes.
Even here, we have traditional foods. So when he becomes choosing traditional foods, I try to remind him about that it's everything that your parents have provided for you. Yeah. Usibagui. Yeah, because you never know about tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, quite amazing. I have in Mamatoto, I really have such a soft spot for men. And because I've realized men don't allow themselves to be vulnerable. You don't speak out about your challenges, your problems, your fears. Most of you, this show will get to guide us on how often. And so I will ask, Alan, do you ever sit down and have a peaceful collection within yourself? Do you ever sit down and have a checklist and admire the things that you are doing so far? And what does that peace feel like when you have that time to say, hey, mazee hapa mimi nimejaribu. I've done well as a father.
Yeah, actually, you must, as a father, you must have a checklist. As I'll call it a checklist and a reflection moment.
Yes.
Actually, each and every day, of course, sit down, or maybe towards the end of the year, see where do we begin as a father. What have I been able to do for the family, and where were they in January, and where here we are in December. What are the things that I've been able to do? So for me, I actually have a self-reflection each and every day. By the end of the day, I look at how many times have I spoken to my daughter, how many times have I spoken to my son. Are there things that I'm seeing that happened yesterday and I caution them and they're still happening today? And if they're happening today, why are they happening yet? I had cautioned them about them. And what next do I do? And of course, to a huge extent, I have to also to involve the other partner, my wife, so that we can be able to talk and share and see how best can we be able to handle a situation. Because given the fact that raising a child is not single handled,
Yes.
you must also involve the other party. We have to put our brains together, our minds together, and find out how to handle some of the situations. There are times that you will have a reflection and feel that there are things that you're doing and they are not moving forward. You're like stagnant. So, which is the way forward now? Do you change the direction, or do you stop doing them, or you do them in a different way? So, to me, I say that as a father is quite very good that you have a self-reflection and your checklist and see what is working well for you, what's working well for the family, what's working well for the children, and of course putting into consideration what is also outside the community, because sometimes we might be able to look unto ourselves so much as a family and forget that we are raising children who by the end of the day they'll get into the community.
Yes.
So actually, what is it that the community will be able to get out of this family by the end of the day? Yeah. So self-reflection is quite a good moment for me.
Yes, when you sit back and just ask. And I think I want to ask Joseph the same, but I'll twitch it a little bit. Women speak a lot. We go to the salon and we speak about our problems. We go to the internet and we have a lot of mothers groups and we speak about our problems. So what about you? Do you as a father have friends or brothers or people of your same cohort who you discuss just parenting? Like you just discuss parenting.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a very few close friends that when probably you're going through something, you can share with them, just to get their take, not really advise you, but get their take, what their thoughts about it. So I think it's important for us to share out, so that sometimes when you get so much in your mind, you can be overwhelmed. So it's good to share. I do share. My brother too. I have one brother. I have two brothers, but one of them we do share such such things, and it helps a lot. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I am so glad to learn two things that I didn't know about men. I keep assuming that men don't share. That's why our men are dying. They are treating pressure and everything because they don't speak out, they don't share, and they don't have a moment of silence for themselves. I think we have a lot of assumption that it's all about suffering and suffering, but this is encouraging that men sit silently and have a checklist. That is so very very good. We spoke about providing. What is fatherhood beyond provision, and especially beyond material things? Kama sio kashamba, kama sio, what else are we providing as providers, as fathers? Yes.
I think it goes beyond that, and I want to agree with you because the Bible says that you are the head of the family. So the head has to carry everything. The head has got the eyes, has got the ears,
Yes.
everything.
And the nose.
Yeah, so to me, I think as beyond providing, you are the yardstick for the family. Whatever you do, whatever decision you make, whatever direction you take, that is what the family will follow. So if I decide not to provide, of course, I'm also opening up a huge hole for failure for my children. If I decide to lazy around, not waking up and working hard, that my children can be able to see what I'm doing and providing, then of course they'll grow up knowing that fathers do not provide. So if I do not speak to my children and provide wisdom and direction, then someone will speak to them and provide the wrong direction or direction that is not supposed to be. So I'm saying that you are the yardstick. If you succeed, then definitely your children will be able to succeed.
Yeah.
If you fail, definitely chances are that they also fail. So fatherhood is for me is beyond providing. Is you are supposed to be someone that your children will look unto and say that when I grow up, I want to be like my father.
Yeah.
If not, exceed the expectations of my father. So I believe is beyond provision.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is it's deep. That is very, very deep. I think I'll ask Joseph on the same part about providing. And if today was your last day, what would you want your children to remember you with?
Okay, so I think I'd like my children to remember me as the father who was there for them, the father who provided for them, the father who guided them on how to live and how to stay with people, and and these all these things. The way they learn them from me is by being there with them. While growing up, my dad was a very good cook. He was a good cook. He used to cook for us. Being that my dad was born in the 40s, and then he went abroad to study. So he got a lot of exposure while he was abroad. And then while we were also growing up, we were living in urban. So he used to cook for us some very nice meals. So I learned a lot from him. I try to emulate that and teach my children the same. Like on Sundays, I cook for them nice meals. Something you must have a menu, something different that you cook for them. Through cooking, you are talking with them. You try to, when you're eating together, you try to talk about life lessons. You see, they are learning something from that. So they know every Sunday, Dad is cooking. Yeah, something. So with that, they are learning a lot. They are, and such things, they'll never forget about such things when they grow up. Yeah, they'll always remember that. These are the things that probably my father, my parents wanted me to do. I mean, if probably they are doing it wrongly, their conscience will always alert them.
They'll come back home.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow, that is good. And sometimes do you look at your children and you're like, hey, hii ni tabia yangu, whether good or bad. But there are times that we look at either of your children, whether the girls or the boys, and you're like, oh, this is me.
Yeah, there are things actually you look at other than the physical appearance.
Yes.
There are character traits. I think I'm one person who is very reserved. Most of the time, very silent person. But sometimes if you step on my feet, I have to open up my funds
Mhm.
or send whatever. So there are these little ones. The last two boys, that is Killian and Elaine.
Mhm.
So they seem to be very quiet and they keep a lot for themselves. But they are boys that you will not really step on them or press them so hard.
Oh.
They will be able to open up and say, no, this is not the way things should be.
Yes.
And then the girls, they are, they, I'm some at some point I'm very outgoing. So I've got this girl called Natalie
Mhm.
Mbone. Mbone seems to be very outgoing and also a very fast learner.
Okay.
So the same applies to me. I'm very outgoing and I'm a fast learner. And those are things that you look at and you see that this is me.
Yes.
And this is the direction that I want my children to be. We feel good and
Beautiful.
great about
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
What about you, Joseph? Are there some character traits that you see in your children and you're like, yeah, this one, this is me?
Yeah, definitely. Those are there because they are your genes, and on a day-to-day basis, you see those characters, and you some of them are good, and sometimes you try to, if probably there's something that he's not doing the way it's supposed to be done because of your character,
Mhm.
you are able to see how to to correct him in a way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I mean, characters. Sometimes these children, they inherit characters. Some characters
Yeah.
from us.
So with that, when you guys you see yourselves now, do you get afraid of raising your mini you? You know, do you get scared of raising, especially the bad character that you see in yourself and you're like, this one I was also beaten. And now you're seeing it in your children.
Yeah, sometimes it's a challenge because that is, sometimes you've got a self-reflection and you know that this is my biggest weakness.
Yes.
And of course, if it's coming from now, how do you tame it and how do you control it? How do you deal with it?
Yes.
So, and you see, habits are things that sometimes it's hard to do away with.
Mm-hmm.
They become a part and parcel of you. So I think from my point, I really use the other side of the coin to be able to tame it.
Yes.
Yeah, so I employ the other tactics. So I talk to them,
Yeah.
and I use their mother. Of course, now you need to deal with this.
Yes.
Because at some point, you can't. At some point, it's hard to tell your child, "Do not sit here." When you yourself you keep on sitting
And you keep
there.
sitting there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
probably your wife keeps complaining
Yeah,
of why are you
yeah.
sitting here?
So
Yes.
sometimes you need to be very tactful about that and use the other side. That's why I say you should use the other side of the coin to fight that aspect that
yeah.
you wanted to get rid of. But generally, you keep on talking. Of course, you have to tell them that is bad, that's wrong. But now, just doing it and you're also doing it, unacheza chini ya maji. Yeah.
Okay, I think we've spoken, and I'm so proud of what you guys are doing as fathers. But I want to toss it a little bit to your partner's side a bit, and parenting, because you've already declared that you guys are married. When it comes to parenting, are there some things or some times that you think either you or your partner is pushing the child too much? You may be the one who is pushing too much, and like you said, that is why you involve your wife, or it could be your wife who is now their mother, now who is the discipline is up there and does not take explanation or anything. So how do you balance? And we can start with you, Joseph. How do you balance when it comes to discipline and we are not there? One of you thinks it's okay, let the child play in the rain, and the other one is like, no, don't watapata homework.
Yeah, so parenting, father and mother, they play a big role. So we try to harmonize, The discipline aspect, they especially the discipline aspect, and decision making. We speak with one voice. They don't see like probably there's a disharmony, or this parent is pushing me too much. Mom pushes me too much. Dad pushes me too much. So we try to neutralize so that we're the same level.
All right.
Yeah.
So what has worked well for you is there's no good cop and bad cop.
Sure.
If both of you are bad cops, you're bad cops.
We're bad cops.
Not and these kids, this generation, they are very, very clever. They know who will say yes and who will say no. So they start with the one who will say yes and report to the other. Daddy has already said yes, we can go.
Yeah.
I think that is very good when both of you are at the same point. And now, how do you balance being a husband and being a father? Like Alan, and I agree with you that men are the heads. Nakicho has every other part, small part. So here you have a spouse and you have children, and you are top here. How do you balance these two aspects in your lives that equally need attention and need you? I need your guidance. How are you able to balance?
Yeah, quite interesting. Now, actually, one is that before being a father, you are the husband.
Give me a hot one. I love that.
So the husband aspect comes first, because it is through the husband, the wife, that you have to negotiate on how to be the father now and to be the mother and how to raise these children. So for me, I think there are issues that we will have to talk, and I'll have to stand in as a husband, and also, just like I said, as the head of the family. And being, of course, the head doesn't work without
the neck.
So so we have to put the head and the neck together and see where do we put the head to stand or face. And of course, we have that conversation as a husband, what is working well for us. And just like my colleague talked about in terms of discipline, there are things that we have to do collectively. Actually, discipline for me, it is now a collective responsibility. Right away, as a family, in the father and the mother, of course, the husband and the wife. Then, of course, we also need to involve the aspect of the community. What does the community need? What are the expectations of the community? Of course, the society. So we have our own small meetings, our hiccups that we have to talk and find a solution. As a husband, I also need to also be there for her, and of course just making her feel that she is the mother and what she's supposed to do. And if there are some kind of shortcomings, of course we need to talk in privacy. And see what is it that she's doing as a mother that is working well for the children, and what is it that she's doing as the wife that is working well for the family. And of course, what am I doing as a husband that is working well for her and also working for the family? And what are the things that we can be able to adjust to make sure that it works well? So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that being a father does not take away the responsibility of being the husband.
That is very good and really appreciated. And I'll take it exactly to Joseph and ask, apart from the provision, how else does your wife feel that you are the husband?
Yeah, so at the end of the day, the wife, after the husband has provided, the wife also plays a big role in keeping the family together in harmony. She has to be there for the children, for the husband, and just the aspect of her being there, guiding the children. Sometimes the husband, we are human beings. Yeah. A mistake can be made. I can make a mistake. So she's able to call me aside, tell me that hapa ukufanya vizuri. You need to probably improve on this area. When you are able to come up together, you talk, such issues are easily resolved. Yeah.
All right. So it's being there also that really matters.
Exactly.
Very intentional,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Okay.
So you have to be present. All of you have to be present in the family. And also it is the children also learn a lot from that, because they pick lessons from us at the end of the day. They'll pick lessons from us, which will help them in future when we're not present.
So you agree that the children, they can read the unwritten.
Yeah, sure.
And they can hear the unspoken.
Sure.
All right. Now to both of you, Alan, what is that moment in your fatherhood that is stuck in your brain? That when somebody just calls you and identifies you as a father, that's the first image that comes. I may give a random example. Was it the first time you were enrolling your first child in school? Was it the first birth that you ever attended? What is that one moment that is stuck in your head as a father?
I think one moment I would make a reflection on my last born, and I think that time actually the most interesting part is that our last 4 children have gone through the CS process.
Okay.
And actually I want to give a period in between 2015 to 2023. So in between those years, having 4 years, it was not an easy task as a father. And I was making a very close reflection on the last CS.
Yeah.
If you look at the duration of the last CS, okay, our last born and the second last born,
Yes.
the distance is 4 years. But those things that you said that you have not planned,
Yes.
it will just it has happened. So we have to have it. So it is something that really has meant to be part and parcel of me, and I didn't know how I was going to go through this process. And I remember very well that at that time I was supposed to travel to Nairobi. And you can imagine that you are on travel work, and your wife is going through a very serious, and it was a delicate CS. So you are holding the fingers and everything, and you see, it's a responsibility. You are going to look forward, of course, to pay for the CS. So it is work and family. So it was something that has remained, and I want to thank God that it went. It was successful, and I also want to really thank the Mamatoto. I think they came in so handy, and there were people that had delegated this process to. It's a moment that is history for me as a father.
Yeah.
Because given the fact that it was the last one and a very delicate moment, and a last blessing. So it's something that I need to write a book about.
Please do.
Yeah.
Yes, the emotions are written all over your face, which is very genuine and authentic.
Yeah.
It shows where fatherhood can take an individual when you are very intentional of what you are doing.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Alan. Joseph, what is that one moment that whenever fatherhood is mentioned, it is right there, stuck?
I think for me, Fatherhood, I'll categorize it into a couple of ways. Just being there for my family, apart from providing for them, spending time together with them every evening, spending time together with them, whether it's watching a, a movie or a documentary, sharing a meal together, and then also um, taking my son to school in the morning, driving him, and when we are driving, having a conversation, candid conversations, and then in the evening when I'm picking him up, asking him how was your day, explaining, having those candid conversations and sharing together, and holidaying together. My daughter is she's so unique in that she's kind of reserved. She doesn't share a lot, but whenever she has an issue, she reaches out, and we're able to discuss together. So fatherhood is just being there for your children anytime. You have to be there and provide for them. Yeah. They might ask you for something which you're not able to provide, but as a man, at the end of the day, you say that you're the head.
Yeah.
So it has to, you know, uh, disturb your mind so that you're able to, at the end of the day, provide as much as if you're not able to get whatever they wanted, but at least you give a try.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. So as we come to the closing, Alan, did you ever attend any of the birth when your children were being born? Were you able to attend?
Yes, I was able to attend because actually the last three I talked about the last four children went through the CS.
Yes.
And, actually, I was supposed to be there by all means, and you can imagine the CS is not an easy. It's not an easy process.
It's a major surgery.
You just being there, and even if she's in the theater, knowing that there is someone in between the corridors waiting, and my hope and life
Yes.
is in between, but there's someone who is behind it. I mean, it is a mixed process. You don't know what is going to come out.
Yeah.
Are you going to get both of them? Are you going to get one? But I want to thank God that at least all the three birth processes I was there, and God was able to be very faithful.
Beautiful.
And all my love came out successful.
Nice.
Yes. Mm.
And Joseph, did you ever attend any birth?
Sure. So I was there for our son, the last one. I remember during this time I was I'd actually started a new job, and it was a new place. It was I was going through a lot at work, but there came my son, and I was able to attend the birthing process. I was actually there. I'm the one who cut the umbilical cord, and it was such an awesome and emotional moment that I keep up to date. I have the photos. I actually share with you, show you.
Nice.
Yeah, this is how you're born. Which is a fundamental something I hold very dearly to my heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys look like you're doing an amazing job. I'd love to hear from your spouses, but anyway, Alan, what do you tell our viewers as a parting shots?
Parting shot. I think fatherhood is just not a name. It goes beyond providing. It goes beyond being the husband. I mean, you are the image. You are the role model. You are what people look up to your children. When I wake up in the morning and they knock on the door and just say, "Good morning, Daddy." So that daddy is not just a name. To me, it has carried a lot of weight. It gives me the strength to wake up, put my feet on the ground, and say that I need to be the father that I want it to be. So I want to encourage the fathers outside there to still be the fathers other than just the name. Go outside their ways and provide and secure the future for their children and for the family. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Over to you, Joseph. What are your parting shot? What would you want to share with our viewers?
Okay, my parting shot to fathers is that at the end of the day, you are the father. You have to provide guidance and leadership, so that your children are who you are. So you have to be there for them, to take them through this fatherhood process, so that in the future, when they are also fathers, they are able to reach out to you and for advice, and so that you're able to be friends and together. Thanks.
And now we have had it right from the father's mouth. That is Mamatoto's Daddy's Corner. Who is next? Who wants to share with us unfiltered parenting journey from the father's mouth? We are very thankful to be here at Premier's Hotel Kisumu. We are at the comforts, and please visit them anytime you are around Kisumu. Asante sana. See you next.